Hello, welcome back to our 2025-2026 annual catalog and May online exclusive launch party. That is definitely a mouthful, and there's a lot going on. So the title is big, and so are all of the new and exciting products that we have to share with you today. So, um, if you're just joining me, thank you. I appreciate you being here. We're kind of moving between YouTube and my Facebook group today. So if you're on the Facebook group, you're going to find a link to take you over to my YouTube channel to watch the live streams that are broadcasting there. If you're on YouTube, you're going to find a link that's going to take you over to the Facebook group so that you can see the other posts and games that are posting in the Facebook group. All you have to do is join the group, and then you can participate in the games and so on and so forth that are there. Some helpful flyers are posting, some graphics, um, some interactive games. It's a full day. It's a very full day. And I decided to sit down for this video. So we'll see how that goes. I don't typically sit down when I'm doing this. That kind of happened when I messed up my shoulder almost a year ago. I It's kind of a crazy thing. Sitting down was kind of necessary for work at that point, and I haven't gone back to fully standing up since then. So let's jump back into our catalog. So we are here in this beautiful new catalog. From May 6th is when it went live, and it'll go through, it says April of 2026. The back of the catalog usually gives you the specific dates. It says May the 4th. So Star Wars Day next year is when that will expire. Last Chance is happening a little differently than it did before. When the catalog retires, the products don't necessarily disappear and become discontinued. So they kind of move over sometimes into, there'll be some availability for you to catch them online. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm just looking, I jumped over to my YouTube channel to see if uh, it would show me, okay, shows me my history. Oh, we're not gonna, it still wants to just show me. Oh, there's live, maybe. No. Anyway, that was not helpful. So I'll catch up on comments in the Facebook group and on the YouTube videos either later today or in the next few days. Greg and Harden are actually gone for Tuesday night. So actually, I'm gonna figure out where I'm starting. Yeah, I'm way off base. Where did we leave off? This is the tab that I wanted. Okay, so the first video we covered up to page 37 of the catalog, and now we are jumping over starting with page 38. I almost skipped a huge chunk, which would have really been interesting because the products I have over here beside me to share aren't in that chunk. They're in this chunk. So let's jump in and see what we have. So this is kind of fun on page 38, this little what's in your bag. And it's kind of a bingo square, if you will. Let's see what it asks. I haven't even looked at this. You're off to a great crafting start. What products do you want to try next? That's a great question because, yeah, what is next? What's your favorite in the new catalog? I'd love to know. I know that the first thing that I ordered is a sweet that I'm going to get to share with you in this video. So I'm super excited about that. Actually, it's not actually the first thing that I ordered because we were able to pre-order some of the products. So as a demonstrator, when the annual catalog releases, they give us a selection to choose from during the month before the catalog goes live. So I was able to pre-order a couple of the things that I've shared with you today. I got a couple of things at the onstage event in March. And then when the catalog went live Tuesday, May 6th, I was able to order things, and this is the first thing that I ordered when it went live. So, okay, moving into creativity your way. And we're going to jump right over to the suites, but I want you to pay attention to some of what you're seeing on this page because that's coming back, right? We're going to come back to these images. You know, they used to call the catalogs idea books back ancient years, many, many years ago. And it's truly a great name. I mean, I keep trying to reinforce that some of these names take us, they have a meaning of their own. And sometimes for me, I have a hard time getting away from that meaning that I interpret the the name to be everything I need to know about it. And it's not true, is it? That's like judging a book by its cover. So I try to point out the things that you may not get to if you're like me because you're focused on what the name tells us. So anyway, jumping into the first suite, and you know what? I just realized I have part of the suite, but it's over here. So let me jump up and grab it. So this is Florals in Bloom. This is a suite I haven't purchased yet, and it's not because I don't absolutely adore it. I do. It's beautiful. Let's see if I can scoot over here and get 2 pages in the screen. It's beautiful, but it's floral, and floral is not something that I am particularly shy of in my collection of products. So it's not something that I ordered first just because I have some floral things. Now, there's some parts of this that I don't have anything like that I'm gonna need, but it just, as I prioritized what I was creating, what I was purchasing, this is not something I purchased right away, but it's got my bright colors. It has these dyes that I call making bubble, and I pull out this example every single time. Uh, but I love when dyes do like this. I use my foam adhesive sheets to create sturdy words that are popped up. And so I know that I'm going to get this. I just didn't get it yet. So this suite has a lot of the in colors in it, right? We've got the colors up here at the top. So strawberry slush, that is a returning color, if you will. I think that it was an in color. It was a color back before I began stamping. So it's not one that I had in my memory bank, but it's beautiful. Timid Tiger, it's a beautiful, if orange can be beautiful, this is beautiful. Orange is not a favorite color of mine, but I will use it. I love its brightness. Then we have a Darling Duckling, which is a bright and sunny yellow. Summer Splash is an in color that will be around for one more year. Secret Sea, this is this deep color. It's one of those colors that, you look at it at a glance, you might think it's black. And you come back and you see this deep green. And then you look at it again and it's a deep blue. It is just a really bold color with a lot of depth is what I want to say. Petunia Pop, well, I was going to say my fingernails were kind of Petunia Pop, but now that I see this little swatch here, they're not. So I don't know what color my fingernails are. I don't even pick my colors. Tiffany picks my colors for me each time. So if you're local to Gallatin and you need somebody to do your nails, give me a shout. I'll put you in touch with Tiffany. Here you see the components of this suite. Now, the suite, should you want to order the suite as a whole, that's what you have right here. So the suite collection is $122.50, but you get one of everything, right? So it tells you here what's in the suite. You'll get both bundles, the flat pearls, the in color flat pearls, the in bloom florals in bloom designer series paper, as part of the suite. So, but you can order the pieces independently as well. The bundles, of course, are going to save you 10% each when you bundle them together, but you can buy just the dies or just the stamp set, or you can buy just one bundle or the other. So you have choices. This is Burger King. Oh, God. Do they even say that anymore? I don't even know. This is making me batty that this is not, I can't make, and maybe it's a short trip to make me batty, but I want this to be, okay, that's close. Okay, so we have the two bundles here. One of them has the images and the other one has primarily greetings. They are two-step. I call these two-step stamping because you have your detail image and then you have maybe your filler image. Now you'll see that even the filler images, oh, those are the dies, sorry. Even the but here you can see the detail here and then the filler here. Maybe I should zoom in more on my single page because, okay, we'll even do a single bundle. All right, so here you see the stamps and then you see the coordinating dies. Remember, when you are looking in the catalog, if you see this kind of shadow, this tells you that there are dies to coordinate to cut out that image. So you've got a dies for your large floral here. This is a single stamp, I think. And then you have, and that would also cut out your detail, right? So they're the same size. You have one to cut out this more of a cone shape. And then you have pretty much everything except this tiny little guy here, you have a die to cut out. And then when you move down to this, okay, so here are the dies that go with the sweet blooms. So you see that bubble, probably not anywhere near what it's actually supposed to be called, but I call it a bubble stamp or dies, I'm sorry. There are stamps that you can cut out with the dies. You can also do this, we'll call it two-step die cutting, right? So you can do like I did with the word joy here that was in the holiday catalog a while back. You have this fun little texture stamp. So bloom where you're planted. This is a beautiful, beautiful suite. Please don't think that just because I haven't purchased it yet, that's not any indication of its lack of value because I love the bright colors and the paper. Guys, this is gorgeous paper. And remember, you've got your images on one side, your coordinating images, and then you typically have more of a solid or a more generic pattern on the back side. I love that that is the way it is. If these two were back to back, that would be a challenge to figure out what to use, right? Um, so very, very bright, very colorful, and the flat pearls. You can get these in both the, oh, and I should have these. Um, maybe I took those out of my cart. I don't remember. You can get these both for both sets of in colors. So this is the 2025-2027 set, and you can see I'm kind of in love. Use the Secret Sea and the Strawberry Slush already. But these kind of have some iridescence to them, but they're flat. They're not going to add a tremendous amount of bulk in your cards or your scrapbooking. But you can also get the colors that are 2024 to 2026 in this same style. It's my favorite style. So get in there. No embossing folder with this suite, but the two double bundles, the designer series paper and the flat pearls. Then you get all of these images, these ideas that come with it, right? Showing you, how do we get this paper, right? This is a hand painted floral by our concept artist that starts out. You can cut out images from your designer series paper with the dies in one of the bundle, or you could fussy cut them. This, I think, I would call this quick and easy, totally Michelle style, right? The bold die cut words with just a panel of maybe two panels of the cardstock in the middle. It's just gorgeous. Lots of, I mean, truly, if this doesn't show you the value of the suite, I mean, Stampin' Up's done a great job here of giving us all the ideas. Use stamp and die cut, or just die cut. Look at the detail that you get to assemble these flowers, right? So you get the more solid image. That's probably your lightest color. Then you come back with a darker color for getting closer to the stem. Then you have your stems. Um, it's it's a it's just beautiful to do that. And you also, this is a little different in that this detail is so much more open on that. And then look at this beautiful decor piece that they created. So that is that. Okay, what's next? Oh my gosh, it's the Turtley Cute suite. I'm going to back up again. And yes, I got this partly because I think they're just cute, but also I wanted to show you, I've mentioned that the scrapbook workshop kit, has so much more that it coordinates with. And that's not always evident when you're looking through the catalog unless you remember what it is. Hey, Becky, I can't quite read your comment, but I'll come back to it, okay? Um, but in this suite, so here's the suite. You can order with a single item number for $80.50, and you're going to get the bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies. You'll get the embossing folder, the hexagon gems, and this set of designer series paper. Now, this is not exactly what we saw in the scrapbook workshopping kit. Remember, we saw this pattern, okay? And without even looking at it, I gotta go back and look at it because I don't know. I didn't look that closely, but I really want to show the coordination. So I'm going to grab it and show you that there's overlap, but it's coordinating, okay? It's not exact. Okay, so in the workshop kit, so we have our little guys here, right? Can you see them? I'm trying to turn the page with the stripe. So we have 2 pages of that in the workshop kit. And then they have this stripe, which is here. Oh, but look what they've done here. So in the workshop kit, we get the back of this with this. At least I think that's the same. So we have this instead of this and this. So see how these coordinate together. And then I don't see this what I'll call the sprinkles anywhere in the DSP in this suite, but I do see the dots as the reverse of this page with the little seams. So again, coordinating, not replicating, just I want you to be aware that they work together and allow you to extend the value. This is where I'm going with that. Okay, but I have this. So let me show you. Oh, guys, I forgot to show you these 2 cards that I had made with the other suite. So this one was Lou's card. And so she made this with the first suite, Florals in Bloom. So she used the designer series paper and did it in such a way that we see both sides of the DSP. Beautiful card. And then Becky, this is her card, and Becky is here. So, hey, Becky, you can all ooh and ah and tell her, relatively new member of our team. But she's used that same paper and brought in another stamp set that we're going to see later on today. So, okay, set those aside. And we're back with the turtles. So what do we have in the turtle suite? So here's the DSP. Let's open it up. Where are my scissors? They're in my handy dandy caddy that my friend Lou gave me. She is probably not watching today. She is traveling and having a great time with some relatives. All right, so let's pull out this paper. All right, so this page we saw, okay, so this page we saw in the scrapbook workshopping kit. This one we don't have in the workshop kit, the little musician guys. And it has this great turtle. Oh my gosh, I love that pattern. That looks, I don't know, it looks turtles, it looks 70s, and it's green, so I'm all about it. Then this sheet of DSP, they're on bicycles. We do not have this pattern in the workshop kit, scrapbooking workshop kit, and more green on this side. So, oh my gosh, I love this. Then the little backyard cookout, we don't have this in the scrapbooking workshop, but you can see how you could use these patterns and do so much more with the turtle collection in your scrapbooking if that's what you wanted to do. We do get the B side, if you will, in the scrapbooking workshop kit. And here we have some little party going turtles. Oh, and this is not the same. This is not the same Crush Curry pattern. This one is actually music notes. And then these, cut out your panels and use those as layers on your cards. Oh, I'm cute. And then the dots, which we do have, and these might even be tiny hexagons, but I think they're circles. So that's the DSP from the Turtly Cute Suite, right? Oh my goodness, get in there. Sometimes that's the hardest part, right? Returning them to their upright and locked position. Here is the stamp set. So this is a photopolymer set. These images are at 80%. We talked about that in the first video to, be sure and check out the size of your images. Guys, I have a card made with this, and you wouldn't even know that this was made from this suite if I didn't tell you. So what part of the turtle suite is that? It's right here. It's the cake and the ice cream cone. And then she stamped them, she colored them. This is Dana's card, and it has a little bit of interaction with it, right? Did you catch that? So a little part of the cupcake sneaking peek there. And then when you open the card, which I'm struggling to do, we get a candle and a Make-A-Wish. So what a gorgeous card. You'd never know that was from the turtles, but that is using the turtle images outside of the box. So thank you, Dana. But here are our little turtles to stamp and color. We get some birthday greetings. Love the microphone. You can have so much fun with this. The tiny little birds. It's got everything. And then the dies, they're going to cut out the images here, but I'm pretty sure they're also cutting out some things in the designer series paper. Or you could fussy cut. These would not be too much trouble to fussy cut either. And this is part of the box that I got today, this morning, or actually it came in last night right before the storms hit. But look at all the dice. There's a watering can, a chef's hat, look, a little grill tools. They're so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that is that part of the Turtly Awesome. Let's look at these little hexagons. Now, remember, Cindy taught me this to open my embellishments this way, because you don't know what's peeking underneath. So these look like sequins, and I'm not a huge sequins fan, but they're not. They're actually little flat hexagons. So, and they're green. So I am going to turn around and immediately order some more of these because I wasn't paying enough attention and I thought they were sequins, and they're not. But all shades of green here. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. Love, love, love. All right. Let's set that. Get you back in there. 2 more pieces of this, right? Oh no, you're not. You go over there. Or I think so. Okay, you go there. Then we have the embossing folder. So yes, obviously, yeah, it's a turtle back, but it's also pretty retro. I think I've got somewhere else I can use this. And then the ribbon is a shaded spruce and soft sea foam, right? Is that what it tells me? Yeah, shaded spruce, soft sea foam ribbon. It's super soft, guys. And I'm not going to rub it on my face. Somebody called me out on that a couple of releases ago. So I'm not going to rub it on my face. Okay, that's the turtly cute. You've seen how this suite goes back to the scrapbooking workshop kit, but we're going to see that. We're going to come back to that scrapbooking workshop kit and the suite again later. Here you can see some of the embossed images. You get some more ideas for cards and party favors. Look at how cute is that? Oh my. Yeah, the cuteness, I'm on cuteness overload. All right, next up, we switch from cute to elegant. And I'm right there. I had to have both of these. This is one that we were able to pre-order, this beautiful gallery suite collection. Our friend Rose presented this at Onstage. She did a phenomenal job, and I knew right then I had to have it immediately. So the suite collection is $139.25. So obviously, it's got a lot to it. Um, Look how it is just framed, this beautiful designer series paper framed. Every time I open the pages, I see something different about it that I love. Now, the colors are Peach Pie, Mossy Meadow, Lost Lagoon, Secret Sea, and Crumb Cake. This is a beautiful, soft, elegant color palette. The bundles. So we have 2 bundles, right? Beautiful motifs, gallery blooms. So the greetings are in the beautiful motifs with a couple of texture items. And then in the gallery blooms, it's just images. The dies, oh my gracious. Hang on, girls. Okay, I'm talking to girls. Probably not just, well, maybe it is just girls here. Okay, beautiful motifs. Here are the stamps, right? And they are at 100%. There's nothing telling me that they're not at 100%. So some nice greetings here. You've been on my mind. Yeah, love that. Need to make one and send that out to my friend Val. Thank you for those of you that joined me in praying for my friend. She needs all of our prayers right now. Her name is Val. Okay, so here are the dies that go along with this. Now, this is kind of hard to tell, but what's going to happen with 3 of the dies, so with this one, and this one, it's going to cut the impression in your paper and then kind of lift up so it doesn't cut out the full image. These 2 cut out the full image, right? And they don't coordinate with any stamps, right? These are standalone texture adding dies. Let's see if I can find, so here's one of the dies. Now you could cut around this if you wanted it to, to be a cutout. Certainly could do that. Let me find one of the, okay, so here, bear with me a second. So this card, can you see how the leaves pop up? So, so it didn't cut out the image completely, but you get to give some dimension when you use one of those dies. They're just beautiful. And here they've actually gone a step farther and cut them out, right? So here it is still in place in the paper, and then here it is where they actually finished cutting it out, and you can see here how it is in the partially cut pop-up paper design. I should have read first, right? It would have explained it to me. So lots of, I'll call this lots of real estate, right? Lots of ideas. So there's so much value shown in the pages in the catalog. So that's beautiful motifs. Let's look at gallery blooms. This image, I love, 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 love this image so much. These images are at 90%, right? So you'll need to be aware when you are figuring out your sizing. Um, it's a photopolymer set of these beautiful floral. Look at these tiny little roses. I mean, wouldn't that be so pretty on the inside of your card? Just a little soft touch. Um, Wait till you see the dies that go along with this. It's two cards, if you will, right? So here you have the one that's cutting out the matches up the images on the stamp set, and you can tell they all have a cutout. Then you have this that cuts out a frame. So when you use this one die, you get the outer frame, you get a smaller frame, and you get a panel on the inside. So one pass through. Now, my big hint, angle this a little bit when you come through your die cut machine because it's going to take a Herculean effort. I don't know that I said that quite right, but to get this to crank if you hit this butt straight in your machine. So come at an angle, but you are going to absolutely love what you can do. Oh, maybe I'll do it that way. What you can do with these dies. This suite, yep, this went on my first pre-order before the catalog went live, and let me show you the rest of it because the cards I have to show you, I didn't even use the paper, and you got to see the paper. But let's talk about the embellishments. Oh, I skipped over the embossing folder. Gosh, I'm so excited, right? That these are, well, they're pretty flat actually, and they have tons of depth to them. So two different sizes of these kind of antique gold round, what are they calling them? Pressed flower motifs. Okay, so those are beautiful, and you'll see my card is still full. I haven't used any of these yet. That's okay. It's a coming. The embossing folder is this beautiful damask designs. So good wide folder. Um, Victorian wallpaper. It's just beautiful. The ribbon is this soft beige ribbon, kind of a linen. And how about the little guy that I've done, this guide to keep my ribbon kind of organized. If you don't know how to do that, I can link up a couple of videos that show how to do it. Then before I show you the paper, I'm going to show you the cards that I have made with this stamp set. So this was a case of, I've already forgotten the demonstrator. I apologize for that. I used the corrugated embossing folder to create the texture here. I used white two-tone cardstock on the side. This is a text stamp set from the online exclusives that I used a blending brush and some ink to create this blended background. At the time, I did not have the cloud cover ink, but that's the color I was going for behind. So I used a combination of the Secret Sea and Balmy Blue to create that background. This is Secret Sea, and you can see what I mean about all the color that this has. I mean, it looks green, it looks black, it looks blue, so much to it. And then these are the in color flat pearls that you see in that. So I loved it so much in the Secret Sea that for Mother's Day, I decided to make it in Strawberry Slush. So same card, little different sentiment, two different of the in colors. So so even though it's all in a suite, you don't have to use all the pieces because I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a little hard to cut up this paper. It's so beautiful. I may just have to get 6x6 frames and rotate them out. I don't know. But so, oh gosh, I'm just going to be quiet and let you just ooh and ah over this, this gorgeous paper. I like both sides so well. You can see I'm sharing the B side first. Masculine cards, feminine cards, these scenic designer series papers, and so many fun folds that let you share so much of the paper. Like Becky's card here, you could show one side here, the the the, the end there, and actually put another panel here. So you have 3 panels that show off that beautiful scene, or the beautiful scenes. So it's got a lot of basic beige here. Oh, how stunning is that? Now I just want to go repaint my house. I can't even decide which way these go. They go this way. This tree with some beautiful leaves. Then here is that damask kind of pattern on one side, and then this beautiful meadow on another. It just goes on. Beautiful mountains with a lake, and then the tree, like a pencil sketch on the back. Then this Rose highlighted this designer series paper in her presentation. She said that her mother-in-law is still living. She has a birthday this spring, and I have forgotten exactly how old she's going to be, but it's a significant birthday. And this house reminded Rose of the house that her father-in-law had grown up in. So she used this in a scrapbook page with younger images, younger photos of her mother-in-law, and it was just beautiful and so moving. Yeah, we get a little pink on the flip side. Then this kind of looks like a painter's texture to one side, and then look at, oh my gosh, guys, and so many patterns. So you're not going to get a lot of sheets of each design, right? But the variety that you get is stunning. This landscape here, and then this, and then I think we're at the beginning. So looks like you're going to get, are you getting 4 each of the designs? That's actually a pretty good quantity. 40, should be 48 sheets in the DSP. Doesn't tell me here. It's going to tell me when we get to the DSP collection. Or I could just flip over the back here and see that there are 48 sheets. So 4 each. Yeah, that's a huge value. Looking at my time, talking a lot here. Showed you all of it, and then some more ideas. So that you, and I love this where they've stamped around the edge of that frame that they created. All of these frames are created from the paper, and look here how they've created a frame from the designer series paper. Okay, moving on to the next bundle suite. Guys, I do not even know how to pronounce this. So, and I find it interesting, but I won't purchase this. And I might purchase the paper, and actually the pieces by them, I don't even know. I like the stamps. I mean, it's beautiful. I like the fonts. Oh, I should have never said I'm never going to purchase it, shouldn't I? Because the more I look at it, the more I really like it. Darn it. But this suite, okay, so $77.25. If you want to purchase the suite, you're going to get the bundle, the stamp set, and the dies. You're going to get the embossing folder. You're going to get this is a similar look to the gems in the previous, but this is more of a bright gold. And then the designer series paper has a ton of gold in it, and I'm sure you can't tell it here at a distance, but when you look at the embossing folder, it creates these veins, right? And they line up with what the die cut. So you could cut some gold foil and then run it through your embossed, glue it down to your embossed image, which is what they've done here in this image. So lots of ideas here. The dies are designed to really stack and create lots of texture and dimension in your card making. So you get, again, another set of ideas here. And I even talked about some heat embossing here with gold, because you've got the stamp of the gold, so you could heat emboss and then get some bright gold accents as well. And then we move on to Boho Vibes. This is the last suite, and I was sad that it wasn't in the pre-order because I knew right away that I had to have it. And I don't even know that I can point to exactly why, but I'll try. The colors in this suite, or let's talk about the suite collection, is 6350. And here's the item number for it. The colors in the designer series paper are Petal Pink, Cajun Craze, Daffodil Delight, Mossy Meadow, Cloud Cover, and Secret Sea. So we're going to turn the page and I'm going to show you what all we've got. Now the stamp set alone, I don't know that I would have seen the possibilities if I had just seen the stamp set, but I didn't see just the stamp set. I saw the whole thing. And the whole thing I really like. So let's see if I don't have any of that open. Okay, so here's the stamp set, right? Look, you immediately see the sun and the moon, this cool little texture here, a leaf. I love the texture that you can add either with die cut leaves or stamped leaves. Leaves are good, and these two little small stamps here as well. Sending good vibes, very 70s. I'm a child of 70s. Then the dies. So you have this single rainbow, right? Then you have some pieces that you can insert in the different rainbows. So maybe you cut your rainbow out of a solid color. I haven't even played with this yet. And then you have some other pieces that give you all of this texture that you can put inside. Can you see? So you have, I think those are triangles. Then you have lines. Then you have circles. Then you have this, what do you call it? Rickrack. And then little skinny rectangles here. This little collection of hearts and this little, I want to call those POW, right? Thinking of superheroes. The embellishments, mine have kind of, this little guy kind of jumped around. So what is he? Daffodil Delight. These are not super flat, which means they're not gonna be my absolute favorite, but the colors are gorgeous. So that cloud cover. So what do we have? Petal Pink, Daffodil Delight, Cloud Cover. So Petal Pink, Daffodil Delight, Cloud Cover, and Mossy Meadow. And bless this little drunk guy's heart, I can't even see where he needs to go. I guess he needs to go up there. And that's the color in the paper, which, check out this fun paper. So the paper, again, 48 sheets. I told you the names of the colors. And then, so we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of each design. So fun geometric on one side. I can't wait. Ready to break out into Partridge Family songs or something here. I won't, don't worry, but that's where I am. Or the Brady Bunch. Doesn't that look like some pants that Peter wore? Oh, look at that, stunning. So even if you aren't crazy about one side of DSP, if you like the colors, you can typically do something really cool with one or the other sides. And these are all just fun prints. I'm seeing my circle card that I showed in the first video with some of these images would be really fun. Oh, check that out. How fun is that? Oh, and the back side. So some fun arches. Add the mixed arches to this too. There's a petal pink side, and then the more traditional stripe with some green mossy meadow on the other side. Mossy meadow was one of my very favorite colors that I discovered with Stampin' Up. All right, that takes us through. Let's see, how much time do we have? All right, quarter till. It might take us, let's see what's next. I'm going to keep going. But you do have more ideas here as well. Look how they shows you here, they took the die, right, and cut out the center of the rainbow, and then they put that over some of the striped designer series paper, added a fun tag and the sun. That's gorgeous. And that would be a pretty easy card. That has Michelle on it. This one I absolutely love. So they cut out the, looks like, I'm not sure. Oh, I'm entirely not sure entirely how they did just cut out the arch out of the white, because that's what it looks like. And then they added the fun little designs here. So I love it. And it's different colors and designs, so you could probably take that all through your die cutting machine in one swipe. Okay. I might just show you this part while we've got these sweets out. 15 minutes. I can do it. I can do it. Okay, so where we're headed now is 3 ways to scrapbook, right? So scrapbooking workshop kits we showed in the first video. Quick and easy scrapbooking, which is page 24 to 31. So let's go back and look at that. What are they saying about that? 24 to 31. So here are some templates for cards, and 28 has scrapbooking templates and some ideas. Then the memories and more, right, that we saw. So this would be the second way that you scrapbook through there. And then scrapbooking from scratch, which is where we're headed to now. I need more room over here. Okay, so I told you in the first video that there were, it wasn't always easy to see all of the coordination. And that's why I created the graphics that I did, and that's what I'm going to try and tie in for you now. So like here we see, this is called more memory keeping in this section. And now we get into some more of the coordination. There's a stamp set that you can use with either the workshop kit or the coordinating suite or the products that you're about to see. The first one that they show is Memories in Bloom. Remember, this is the one that I don't have, but this designer series paper looks quite familiar, right? We saw that in the first suite. Was it the first suite? No. So Florals in Bloom. And it tells you here that this coordinates with the Florals in Bloom suite collection. Doesn't necessarily tie it back though to the scrapbook workshop kit. These designer series papers are not going to be not going to necessarily be the same. Hold on, let me see. So is this the same? 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the designer series paper that you see here is the same as here, plus the sticker sheet from the workshop kit. The collection of two-tone cardstock coordinates with the colors in the suite, which coordinates with the products in the workshop kit. So, and this beautiful stamp set, follows along with the same font that we saw, gives you some Mother's Day, either scrapbooking, or I've been using these in my cards, guys, and I love them. If I hadn't lost the things that needed to go in the mail that didn't get in the mail, I could show you one of the cards that I did at Halloween. Here's a great scrapbooking layout that they've done. So, and again, it tells you the colors in the designer series paper. What do we get with the Turtley Suite? So, these are the papers in the suite plus the stickers, right? Same stickers. Okay, now we gotta look because I'm pretty sure it's the same stickers, but that's something that we need to know, isn't it? Yes, I can tell from here that the sticker sheet is the same. So here's the sticker sheet. Maybe I should turn it right side up, huh? Well, or sort of right side up. And that is the same sticker sheet. So you can get the designer series paper that's in the suite with the sticker sheet from the workshop kit. Then this two-tone cardstock, okay, 12 sheets. You're going to get 2 of each of the colors. So you can, like I said, carry this on and on and on. And let me show you, I do have the stamp sets. So here's the Turtley Suite stamp set. And you get this sun, smiles, and sunshine. So don't necessarily look at the titles because this is so much more, right? This is summer. Good times, good vibes. It's your day, it's birthday, it's celebration. You get these fun little stamps that allow you to write or just decorate with. Um, and then you've got another layout idea here. And here are the stamps. And look how these are such a good size. I love that big. Smiles and sunshine. How big is that? It is, oh, I do want to talk in inches. It's 5.5 inches wide, right? So that's the whole width of your card. Smiles and sunshine. Totally card making there, not just for scrapbooking. So that's the coordination here. Then here's the celebrate together. This, remember, coordinates with the suite that's in the online exclusives, which we're going to take a look at coming up soon. Again, the same designer series paper as in the suite, and then to add on the sticker sheet. Look at these beautiful stamps. A day to remember, family and friends. So those are more reminiscent or suggestive of scrapbooking, perhaps. But then you have best of friends, vacation vibes, this happened, what a day, holiday fun, memories. So maybe this one is more scrapbooking than card making, but look at this scallop stamp, right? And then here, this texture, little florals, look at that. So way more. Weekend adventures, okay, they didn't leave them out. So we have, this is pretty interesting. These designer series papers, you're going to get 4 each of 3 designs, right? I love that. So much more in your scrapbooking or in your card making here. Okay, so these are the designer series papers. Remember, this doesn't have a suite that it coordinates with, right? It's a standalone. It coordinates with each other. And then here is the stamp set that goes with it. Look at this little floral image. Adventure starts here. Graduation card, right? This fun camping cup things to do and places to see. I'm sorry, that screams graduation to me. Um, and then the so in this collection, you would get, let's see, 4 each of the 3 designs in the designer series paper, plus the sticker sheet here, the two-tone cardstock that coordinates the stamp set. So, okay, I'm gonna just go for, oh crud, I'm going, no, I'm okay, that's 56. Then the flip flaps, what are they here? I might have to come back and show you flip flaps. But what the idea is that you double up, right? You've got this, think of it as a clear envelope. It lifts up and you've got the front and the back of the what's in the envelope, and then you've got what's under it to show through. There's that rainbow from the boho, whatever that sweet was. The leaf actually from the boho too. This is all boho, except these flowers are from the sweet that I don't have yet. But we have the flip flaps, the memory protectors, 2 different styles for a 3-ring binder or a post binder, whichever you're more accustomed to. And then 2 different album choices as well. And then the 2-tone cardstock, guys. Every color, every Stampin' Up! Color is now available in the 2-tone cardstock. That's, oh my, amazing, amazing. I will try and show you some more of the 2-tone cardstock in the next video, but I think that's, yeah, that's where I want to stop. But, and I'll let, never bother, if you need to jump off right now, that's fine, but I do want to show you, I told you, I mentioned this earlier, that I had an album of the pages that I have completed in the year since Stampin' Up! Brought in these scrapbooking workshop kits. So this is my album. I can't make it any smaller than that. So it's going to be hard to see the 2-page spreads, but I'll try and do what I can. So the first ones that we have are the ones that coordinate with the everyday you and me. This is not part of the workshop kit. These are pages that were designed by my friend Kim Allen that we made in at the event in Raleigh. These are 2 pages not as part of the, well, I've used pieces of the workshop kit, but these are not the page designs in the workshop kit. These are 2 pages that I designed to add on. So I bought more coordinating products, and you see I brought this striped side both there. Then we get into the scrapbook workshop kits themselves. So here I just slid in the directions so that, you know, as I display this, you can see. I'm sorry that you can't see all this, but you've seen, I mean, but just beautiful, right? And you can see how full this is, right? So every day you and me. This workshop kit has sold out. It's no longer available. I think the coordinating products are still available. This paper is absolutely stunning, this designer series paper. You can see how we've used the negative and the positive of that white die cut. Then we move into the meant to be, coordinates with some of our, has a bundle and hexagon dies that coordinate with this. And actually I should do graphics for the ones that are still available, shouldn't I? That would be a good thing to do. So just giving you an idea, I do not want to go forever, but beautiful, bright pages. Wildflower Birthday, coordinated with a suite in the mini catalog. The only one that I'm aware of that has sold out, ooh, no, that's not quite true. These were all in the January scrapbooking brochure. The next ones were introduced in the fall. So we've got some Halloween. And I think the Halloween has sold out, even the coordinating papers. The autumn, guys, if this is still available, it's quite the bargain. This kit is down to $21 and it is adorable. This little wildlife paper is beautiful. In fact, I just ordered another kit of this because I loved it so much. And like I said earlier, I'm going to have to come back and look at comments because I'm wearing my glasses, which I can't see the computer screen with. But if I wear my contacts, I can't necessarily see to do much detail work on my table. So I'm kind of stuck. Anyway, then there was reindeer and more, red and pool party. I love it. A little bit of vanilla, some deers, and the snow days. So if you are familiar with the holiday mini, the September to December, then you recognize what these coordinated with. The Halloween did not have a suite that it coordinated with, but the reindeer fun and the snowy scene did. Okay, I am going to stop there. I got to figure out how to get back in time to, I got to go get Hardin some lunch. I don't get to say that for much more than a year longer, so I am going to try and enjoy every moment of that. Get set up for our next video where we will pick up, I went a little farther than my agenda told me to go, so we'll kind of pick up with two-tone cardstock, so page 77. And I don't know if we'll finish, we may finish the catalog in that video. And then we can spend more time on the online exclusives. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of wing it. Thanks so much for being here. I know that went really long, and I appreciate your time, your attention, being here, playing the games. I hope you're having a good day. Please, I'll get back to comments. I promise I'll come and comment on all of everything. I appreciate you very much. I hope that you're having a great Saturday, and I will see you back at 1 o'clock, so just under an hour.